last 2 videos. We'll talk about that too. Every single thing we do here, you have a lot of fun. Oh, but synchronized slurp. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, synchronized slurp it. Go. As my tummy grumbles as well, even though you can't hear that because I don't usually eat breakfast in the morning. How are you all going? Good. My name is Joe Main. I've worked in the precious metals industry here in Australia over 3 major bullion dealers for 11 years. I've been a stacker for longer than that. Now I do this weekdaily morning show. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the family. 706 subscribers. I posted a video a couple of days ago entitled something, it was like silver to $95 or $670 US. That's been the largest viewed video of anything that I've done since I started the channel back in May, and that's garnered me like 40 something new subscribers in just like a couple of days. So welcome to all the new subscribers. You have joined the winning team, and hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. Speaking of the GMS family, what we do here is we get the shout outs out the way. At some point, we're going to get to like 5,000, 10,000, 20 million subscribers, and doing the shout outs would take too long, but we still have time to say, for all the early birds, you get the, you catch the shout outs. Mark, Florida, GMS missed everyone over the last few days. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. What else is cute? My fresh haircut. You can tell me how fresh it is in the comments, or you can just paint me out, whatever you want. I'm cool with that too. CT says, hey, Pete. Ah, good. What about hey, Joe? What about the first thing you should say, CT, as you know, is GMS. I love that you talk amongst yourselves, but come on, man, I'm the host too. Knackers O'Reilly, GMS, good to see you. Pete, repeat, GMS, hi, everyone, with the waving hand. Mark, you survive? Hey, Lance, Knackers, you're talking. I love it. I love it. Ah, Lance says, yeah. To hear Homnikust, I'm going to guess that's some kind of, you know, it's not German. I know it's not German, but it's going to be Swede. It's going to be that Swedish, Finnish, that kind of ilk. Dutch, maybe. It's that kind of thing. It's definitely not, you know, it's definitely not sort of in, you know, East Asian or anything like that. So tell me what that means. Lance does this every single time. A new good morning in a different language. So I want to know what that is, please. GMS said, oh, you did it. You did it then. Okay, sorry, I missed it. Mark, Florida says, I'm on the east coast of Florida. So no, oh, okay. So my apologies. Something's happened in Florida, has it? So no issues other than normal rain. Thanks for asking. Okay, big weather event, obviously, in maybe Florida area. So great to hear that you're all good. Estonia. Oh, it's Estonian. Okay, hey, CT. Lance, hello from Estonia. Okay, it's Estonian. There you go. Hey, Mark, glad to hear it. GMS says, great to see you. Chris Phipps is back from PDX from Portland, Oregon. CT. Is everyone here in Joe? Oh, I am, let's see. Yeah, I'm coming through as far as I'm aware. Double check, is everyone hearing me okay? I haven't got any messages saying that I'm not coming through. This sunshine is just screwing with me today. It's a beautiful day here in Melbourne, Australia, but it's just screwing with my lighting with the cloud coverage going in and out. Yeah, if you can hear me fine, just let me know. Oh, it is Finnish. It's Finnish. I think it's Finnish with 2 N's, by the way, but that's okay. I'm being like 5x5 here, loud and clear. Oh, fantastic. Operator error. Yes, Mark, Florida. In news today, a Florida man forgot to take his laptop, his computer off mute. His device off mute. There you go. That's your Florida man article for today. Fantastic. Great. No chat mum yet. Where's Tony Peterson? Come on. But that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the shout outs out the way. We are going to talk about our topic of the day. Then we'll talk about, we'll do some live gold, silver price analysis, etc. Are you ready? Oh, hang on. Desi. Hey, everyone. As long as Joe doesn't do the slurp, I may be staying for the whole stream. Yeah, Desi is one of the ones that doesn't like the slurp. You are probably one of about 10% of people, I'd say. I think 90% of people like it. But, you know, glad you're still around. That's good. All right, people. You've hit the time code. You want to hear about the iPhone to gold ratio and its powerful, I think, persuasion tool to wake up the normies in your life. it pretty much makes sense, but let's just take a look at a new recent report looking at the iPhone to gold ratio and see which direction it's going in, and it may surprise you quite possibly. Let's have a look. I'm going to share the screen, and this is coming from I'm going to show you an old, something old that I saw, and then I'll show you the newer report. So I'm going to take you over to Reddit, reddit.com. This is in the, I found this in the Data is Beautiful subreddit, and this is 16 years of iPhone prices in dollars versus gold. Let's take a look. Let's see how close we can get. Can I do that? Yeah, so what you can see, this is a GIF, it's a GIF. Dang, right here. It's a GIF. It is a GIF, by the way. I know basically by the inventor of the GIF, and don't ask me how I know. Let's see, it is GIF. Let's see, it is the iPhone price in USD versus gold. It's a little animated thing, and you can see it goes all the way back to 2000, and I think 2007, 2008 when the iPhone was out, and obviously it was a 1-to-1 ratio right there. And as the dark line right there is the price of the iPhone increasing, you're seeing what it costs in gold. Okay, so you can see very clearly it was a little bit lower back, when we had the gold peak in 2011, 2012-ish. So it went down to as low as 0.48 troy ounces of gold. So half an ounce of gold got you the current iPhone back then in 2012 it was, and then it's steadily been increasing, and then just recently, this is last year, this is when the iPhone 15 came out, it went back down to 0.68, okay, but a new report right here by In Gold We Trust report. Let me just have a 125. Yeah, we'll do that. No, we'll do that. So this is the In Gold We Trust report special, and they just brought this out, I think, in the last few days. I think other people have reported on it quite possibly. Gold to iPhone ratio. Okay, so this is In Gold We Trust. Who are they? What do they do? Don't know. Doesn't really bother me. Hello again. The iPhone gold ratio in 2024. Let's take a read. For the third consecutive year, so this is interesting. Listen to this quote. For the third consecutive year, Apple has not only kept iPhone prices steady, but decreased them. End quote. This is what the headline would read if you paid for your iPhone with gold. The iPhone 16 Pro with 1 terabyte of memory, so that's going to be the best one that you can get, costs now just 0.6 ounces of gold. So when we go back to here, it was 0.68. The year before that, 2022, it was higher. So that's 0.68, and now that's 0.6 is right there. So if this was updated, that would be there. Going down. Okay, which is 23% less than last year's. They're 0.78 ounces. Last year's? Is that 0.78 or is that is it 0.68 or 0.78? Let me have a quick look at that chart. Oh, no, it is. It's 0.78. Sorry. So that's 0.78, not 0.68. That's 0.78 last year. 0.6 now. That's excellent. Okay, well, they would know I read that incorrectly. So 23% less than last year's 0.78 ounces of gold for the iPhone 15 Pro since the price of gold, yes, in US dollars, has risen by an impressive 30.8% in the last 12 months, recording numerous all-time highs since December 2023. Compared to 2022, the price of an iPhone measured in gold fell by almost a third, and compared to 2018, this year's iPhone is almost 50% cheaper. 2018 was the only year a gold investor had to spend more than 1 ounce of gold for a brand new iPhone. It was at 1.13, I think, yes, as the price of an iPhone X amounted to 1.13 ounces in gold. Only in 2010, 2011, and 2012 was the respective new iPhone model cheaper than this year. As I said, in 2012, it was 0.48, so around about that half an ounce. When priced in gold, the average price since 2007 is 0.74, so even lower now than the average. So this is a great little report here by In Gold We Trust. And why are we talking about it? I think it's a very powerful, persuasive tool. And I'll get your thoughts below. Post your comments below. Do you think this is a good persuasive tool to help wake up the normies in your life? Because whether you're trying to, that is, we'll talk about that in a second as well. Are you even trying? We'll talk about that. But have a look here, right here. 2008, the original iPhone, I think it is, was 0.92. There you go. 2012 was 0.48, so half an ounce. 0.89. 2017 and 0.6 in 2024. Now, as a gold investor, you actually have to spend significantly less gold on the current iPhone than you did 17 years ago. The very first iPhone cost 0.92 ounces of gold in 27. For this lesser amount of gold, however, you get much more iPhone now. Obviously, technology gets better. The current iPhone 16 Pro only has the name in common with the original iPhone. Yes, the performance of the iPhone 16 is completely different to that of the first iPhone generation. The performance improvements over the past 17 years have indeed been enormous. Yes, and an ounce of gold is always an ounce of gold. They've got a few charts here talking about the specs of the iPhone. Yeah, iPhone sales, iPhone AI stuff. Yep, buyers who do not invest in gold are also certainly pleased about the recent lack of price increase. Okay, it sounds like Apple haven't increased their prices recently. The third non-increase in a row. Oh, that's interesting. Especially in view of the strong inflation in recent years. Very interesting. So I didn't know that. Apple haven't increased the price of the iPhone. Really, I think haven't at all. Not even an extra little bit. But it definitely hasn't tracked with inflation. But stable prices are definitely different from falling prices. Yes, as in 2021, 22 to 2023, the price of the Pro model with the largest available storage is $1,500 US, compared to the very first iPhone, which was $600 US. Yeah, the price has increased by 150% in that fiat dollar currency in that term. This corresponds to an annual iPhone inflation rate of 5.5%. That sounds about right. Those who rely on the US dollar fiat currency get less and less iPhone for their money every year. Exactly. Gold investors, on the other hand, benefit from the fact that the price of gold has risen by almost 290% in the iPhone era since 2007. That's just the key takeaway. So that's just basically the TLDR, the too long didn't read version of that. And here we go, little iPhone to gold ratio chart. Okay, so if we go in a little closer, we can see 0.92, 0.48 right there in 2012, 1.13 ounces of gold in 2018, and a significant decline. So since 2021, that's 8687. So 2022 was 0.87, 2023 was 0.78, and a big drop there in 2024. So that's your iPhone to gold ratio. Why are we talking about it? Okay, so that is that report. Go check them out. In Gold We Trust report? Sure. I will put a link to this for you all. So this won't be live right now. Once the show finishes, I'll put a link to this so that, or you could just find it yourself, but it is the PDF. You can find this and send it to people if you like. So this is what we're going to talk about. And I'll get your comments below right now. I don't want that anymore. I think I can safely do that. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. Just give me a second. I will do, let me go. That's better. I want that. That's a little bit better. Good. All right, let's talk about it, people. The iPhone to gold ratio. Why is it important? It's not really important to us. I mean, it's good to track ratios. If we've been speaking about, if you're a new stacker and you've joined this show, you've joined the GMS family, and you're just new to the stacking community, you'll be hearing this a lot from many people over time. But you may be hearing this from me first. If you're a new stacker, you will have your head probably in dollar-denominated amounts because we all did it when we first started. And then eventually, hopefully you get to learn this lesson very quickly. As a new stacker, start thinking about your gold and silver investments, etc., as a ratio against other goods and services. Okay? Because of course, why? Gold could go to $20 million an ounce. But what is a loaf of bread or a liter of milk at that time. If you're in a hyperinflationary scenario where gold's going through the absolute roof, but that could be because, the price of everyday goods and services are also doing a Zimbabwe style, Weimar Republic, Germany thing, okay, where wheelbarrows of cash, okay? So measuring it against other goods and services is a great way. Now, this iPhone to gold ratio, it's actually a really good one for us veteran stackers to keep an eye on too, because it's just a very common thing, okay? We're looking at ratios like the gold to real estate ratio, the gold to, the average priced home, as I said, or a car, etc. But against the iPhone, I think that's a good ratio for even us, just regular stackers, to look at. So make sure you are pricing it against other things, okay? Because it might come a point where, gold's very, very high, and real estate, for example, has had a bit of a dip, and you see it's a really big peaky point where you could sell a bunch of your silver or gold and get an average price home for much cheaper in the gold or silver to median house price ratio than you would have if you had have done it now, for example. So watch those ratios, very, very important. And hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family, because I keep a track of those kind of ratios too. Particularly one of the big ratios I'm looking at is the gold to S&P 500 ratio. When it hits over a certain amount, it feels like, and many other people, it seems like we will go into a big capital rotation where that will actually really propel the price of gold, rather than taking it from a gold bull market that we're in to a gold bull era. I was going to change the lighting, but I won't. So that's why we look at ratios. So that's your first little lesson. But why this iPhone to gold ratio? This could be a really good, powerful tool. I want your comments below to send to your friends and family to try and wake up the normies, okay? And as we all know, and we've talked about this many times before, all of us veteran stackers, most of us went through and I've talked about this before. It was one of the first weeks of my show. I talked about the 5 stages of awakening, where as a stacker, you go through denial, you go through anger, you go through bargaining, depression, and finally acceptance of how the world really works, how money is created, all that. And the bargaining phase is the most annoying phase, where a lot of us did it, I certainly did, where you try and bargain with everyone in your life. Your wife, your uncle, your parents, your friends and family, and you go, hey, I've just learned all this stuff about the world. Can't you? But why are you going to wake up, people, wake up? And you're talking about, at the Christmas party about how the Federal Reserve is not federal and there's no reserves in 1913 in Jekyll Island, and the money creation, it's basically just, printed on, it's money from nothing, inflation, the whole deal. And people just go, ugh. Like, just back off, bro. Do you know what I mean? So you go through the point where you get to the acceptance phase where you can't push people, okay? But what you can do, you can still help them a little bit, give them little persuasion tools. And I think this iPhone to gold ratio is a perfect one for the normies, because everyone knows, even if you don't have an iPhone, everyone knows what an iPhone is. And if you can share even just this, even if it's just this one right here, let me go back to share the screen. Even if it's not this report, even if it's just this chart. So I'll put a link below to, eventually when this is on replay, I'll put a link below to this Reddit post as well. And you can, if you can download the GIF, or you can send that link to someone and just look at that. Send them that and go, look, this is the price of an iPhone in gold. And, not half the population, but millions of people have an iPhone. So very likely, someone be watching this on an iPhone at the time. They go, oh man, if I'd have bought gold back then, I could get 2 iPhones for the price. So it's just a very good normie kind of way of showing them the power of gold, and the fact that it's in a bull market at the moment, and that in fact it tracks with inflation, or does even better over longer periods of time, etc. So I think it's a great little powerful persuasion tool for the normies. Okay, where is that going? I want that to do that. Give me a second. Why is that doing that again? There we go. That's what I want. So that's it. Or you can share this with them. So short answer is, again, I think it's a powerful persuasion tool. If you do indeed want to try and wake up a little bit. Just give them a little nudge. I don't push things on people anymore. The two ways that I talk about gold and precious metals at the moment is, well, I do it in one way, and now I'll actually be doing this in a second way. But I just talk about it as insurance. As you know, gold and silver, they're just insurance. Like you have car insurance, health insurance, or life insurance in particular, something happens to. It's just another form of insurance. Yeah, don't put all your money in it. 10%, 20% of your net worth. Yeah, that's great. Just do that, just in case something bad happens. Because, it might not, but if it does, the impact of it is really, really bad. Okay, so it's just insurance. That's the way I talk to people about it, if I do bring up the subject. And this second one I like. So this iPhone to gold ratio, I think I'll be putting that in my little Persuasion toolbox, and I'll be pulling that out every now and then. Just go, hey, by the way, have you seen, look at this iPhone to thing ratio. Isn't that pretty cool? Just send the link and go, hey, I found this interesting, and then just leave people alone. So that's what I reckon. That is the iPhone to gold ratio talk. That little article, I like it. So thanks to In Gold We Trust. And also, thank you to you guys for listening. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the family. And also, what else? Many other things that we need to talk about here. Get your comments in. I'll get your comments right now about this little topic. And then we'll take a look at gold, platinum, and silver price. And then we'll get on our merry way. Greetings, says Sir Alfred. Great to see you again. Get your comments in. Mark Florida says, thanks, Joe. The S&P ratio has been added to my growing ratio list. Yeah, we've talked about it before. I've sort of harped on it. I won't harp on it again right now. But yes, the gold to S&P ratio is a very good idea. Steph Fran. And then you misplaced some of your gold. Steph Fran, great to see you. Steph Fran, great to see you on the show. I don't think I've seen you before. Let's see. Oh, a lot of people jumping on. This is fantastic to see. Lots of watchers. Let's see. Comments, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Stefan, so keep buying gold and stop buying iPhones. There we go. Keep buying gold and stop buying iPhones. Got it. Well, if you need to upgrade, you need to upgrade. But, if you can hold on to if you have a more recent iPhone and you can hold on to it and it still, runs okay with updates and stuff like that, then yeah, I would say keep on to it, because it's probably it looks like the iPhone to gold ratio is going to continue to go down. It seems. And great to see Steph Fran on the show. Is this a new watcher, or is this the person who keeps changing their name? Lance says, I tried helping others, got looked at like a conspiracy theorist. Correct. So that's what, and a lot of us went through this, and that actually, again, with the 5 stages of awakening, that puts you into, I can put some people into the depression phase. Again, denial, anger, bargaining, which is they're trying to wake everyone up, and everyone calls you a conspiracy theorist or just looks at you weird, like, what's this? You're a coin collector. Oh, you're like a coin hobbyist collector. No, what did I do? And this, and then you get, no one's listening, and that's kind of like the depression phase. So I certainly hear that. But now, Lance, you're probably at the point where you're like, yeah, you guys do you, and I'll do me. And when stuff, really hits the fan and all that stuff, they'll remember that I mentioned stuff to them. Steph Fran says, I'm not selling my gold to buy an iPhone. No, why would you? I mean, I don't even have an iPhone. I have a much better phone than an iPhone. I think it's a very good phone. Steph says to Lance, they'll eventually be forced to understand. Mark my words. So this is the thing. This is quite possible. Kind of getting into another topic, but they probably will. The normies will probably be forced to understand. And mark your words. Yeah, I would agree with that. At some point, they're going to be forced to understand. And then you might start to be looked upon as, that guy who had that, had it together back then. He knew what was going on. It's a slow building of credibility over time. Lance says to Steph, but I'll peek in on your conversation. I just hope not in a way. Yes, very good. Great answer, Lance. I just hope not in a way they get destroyed. That's my only concern. We talk a lot about getting wealthy from gold and silver, or many people talk about that. I don't see it as getting wealthy at all. It's maintaining your purchasing power. Unfortunately, what that potentially means in this kind of big scenario that we think might happen, excuse me, why don't I turn my head to cough? Turn your head and cough, sir. Excuse me. Sorry, Desi, you're going to have to get a... you need a slurp, buddy. You got a slurp. We talk about getting wealthy, but it's relatively wealthy. So you might get wealthy from owning gold and silver, but it's relative to everyone else who doesn't have gold and silver and other kind of things like that and hedges against something bad happening. Their wealth is going down. So sure, you're wealthy by comparison, but everyone else might be going, having really hard times. So we don't want to see that happen. We want to wake as many people up as possible, particularly friends and family, because we want them to come on the journey with us. We don't want to be, living in our castle, with our hoards of, gold and silver, etc., and looking down at the peasants, like all that kind of stuff. We want to lift everyone up, right? And that's what joining the GMS family is all about too. Hit the big red subscribe button. CT says silver and Android for me. You and me, bro. We're birds of a feather. No, not destroyed, but the market will be revealed to the masses and then too late for most. Yes, I would agree. Pete Repeat says to Lance, same as I don't bother anymore. I don't bother anymore. I just use that it's just insurance. Yeah, hey, here's a link to the iPhone to gold ratio. Check it out. That's it. Desi says, I can't even convince my good friend to buy some precious metals, even after showing him a yearly graph. Yeah, I went through that again. I went through that thing. An old mate of mine who's not a mate anymore just went at one point, okay, yep, look, I'm going to put some stuff in. I think I just pushed him. I was like, okay, fine. And then he took it out like 6 months later or something. It's because he just wasn't seeing a return. I might have even been 3 months later, like really small. It's like, okay, man, you do you. You know what I mean? And we're not friends anymore anyway. Probably for a good reason. Shows how people can't see the lies in front of them, eh? Steph Fran says, I showed many reputable authors that champion hedging against inflation, and yet so many have succumbed to propaganda. Funny that, hey? It is disappointing to try and explain precious metals to normies. Yep, I try to stack enough. There we go. Thank you. I try to stack enough to help my extended family. It's not just about you. If you think you can help others, then that's great. Put your own oxygen mask on first. Always sort your own stuff out first. If you don't sort your stuff out first, like the oxygen mask thing when you get that thing on the plane, right? You got to help yourself first before you can help others. If you're in a position where you've got all your ducks in a row, then get extra to be able to help people. Absolutely, I absolutely agree with that. Plus, who doesn't love the shiny stuff? Really? Do I have an extra shiny one here? Again, I show these ones all the time. This is just the sitting on the desk one. What's this? This is the shiny. Oh, that's the Brumby. That's a shiny one. That's the Brumby. There you go. I haven't done a show and tell in ages. By the way, if you want to get, and we'll get to the live gold and silver analysis just in a second. But if you have subscriber show and tell, you send me an email to gmstackers@gmail.com. Send me something you've just bought, a bit of shiny, your whole stack. If you want to send hey, this is what I'm up to. This is my stack. And you're happy for me to show that to the rest of the GMS family, send me an email, gmstackers@gmail.com. Something recently you found that was a cool get in your local coin shop, whatever it is, I want to share stuff. I'm kind of getting into the point where I've done a lot of my show and tell because, I only have a certain stack, right? I can't do show and tell, so I need your help. Give me subscriber show and tell. Lance says S&P ratio is starting to look amazing as well. Yep, I do agree. Steph Fran says, how many would still take a the chocolate bar thing. That was Mark Dice, I think, wasn't it? Would you like a chocolate bar or a 1 ounce? Oh, it was a 1 ounce silver. It was like a kilo silver bar or a chocolate bar. I think Mark Dice did something like that. And people were like, I'll take the chocolate bar. Yeah, many people would. May we slap? Yeah. All right, Steph Fran, I've seen that video. I just wish you would come into my area. Can you imagine if some poor sod came into your area, right, and said, oh, I'm doing this. Would you rather a kilo of silver or a chocolate bar? I'd be like, yeah, thanks, bro. That'd be great. Would he let me keep it, though? Surely. I actually probably wouldn't keep it because I know too much. We know too much. I wouldn't let him. I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't. I'd go. Yep, I'll take that. Talk about it and go. There you go. Give it to someone else. Because that's the kind of people we are here at GMS. Let's see. Talking about the. All right. Anything else to do with school holidays? Something. Oh, now we're talking about the grand final. Did your team win? I had a lovely grand final weekend. Desi says about the Slurp. Luckily the rest of your content is so good. Thank you that I can look past the Slurps. You can look past the Slurps. Yeah. Fair enough. All right, people. That has been today's topic of the day: silver versus iPhone. The gold. iPhone versus gold ratio. I think it's a powerful tool if you want to use it to help wake up the normies a little bit. Okay, again, don't try too hard. Just a little, hey, check out this. Have you seen this? That's it. And gold is insurance and precious metals are insurance. That's it. That's all you do. Right, so as you know, my funky people, my show is brought to you by a couple of brand partners: Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Don't you know? Let's talk about wealthstack.com first. Now, if you go to wealthstack.com, I don't think I have even my phone on me right now. If you go to wealthstack.com, now notice the website is in maintenance mode at the moment. But what is Wealthstack? Wealthstack.com is an amazing, it really is amazing, new and innovative and exciting. Look at these buzzwords: new, innovative, exciting. But it really is, as far as I'm concerned. Wealthstack.com. It is an unallocated gold program where you save and invest in physical gold with a Wealthstack account. Now, it's on iPhone and Android. Okay, so it's really easy. You head over to wealthstack.com, you can go to the About section, or it's even on the front page. But if you do this, there's the leadership team right there. I did an interview with David Ski, the CEO of Wealthstack, Australian-based company, Australian regulated, all that stuff, all on the up and up. Okay, so check out the video there. Just type in Wealthstack CEO into YouTube. I'm sure that's the first video that would come up right there, but on iPhone or Android. Okay, check it out, people. Right there, that's what it looks like, the Wealthstack app. It is free to download it. Again, they're in maintenance mode right now. But it's free to join, and if you want to start trading in gold, then you've got to upload your ID as usual KYC stuff, know your customer stuff. Okay, but this is the app. All right, and they've also got awesome videos, and I'll show you another one maybe on tomorrow about how to use the app, and they're uploading that to their YouTube channel. I'll share that tomorrow. I just don't have that up right now. So you save and invest in real gold. It is held for you. Okay, that's why it's an unallocated gold program, but many stackers are also happy to have some unallocated. I think it's a good idea to diversify your risk. Okay, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. I get that, but what form in which you hold it? You can hold it in physical bar form on your premises if you want. I don't do it personally because I'm in the industry, right? I personally have third-party storage, but I know and trust these people. I've known them, trust them for a long time. I've worked for some of them, right? But many of you, I've also had unallocated as well. Many of you are happy to go with unallocated so long as you know and trust the company. And Wealthstack, I know and I trust them. Okay, a newer company. They're doing gold for the moment, just gold for the moment. Okay, and there's no storage fees, of course. And here's the great deal about them: spot plus 1% to buy gold, and you only have to buy a minimum of $10. You don't need to buy a kilo of gold to get a good premium like spot plus 1%. It's spot plus 1% no matter the amount that you buy, a huge amount or a small amount, spot plus 1%. Okay, again, held for you by one of the largest gold vaulting services in the world. Okay, they're LBMA registered, etc. So it's all on the up and up, all that stuff. And if you want to transfer your gold between Wealthstack account members, if you've got a friend that has a Wealthstack account and you want to buy something from them, there's no transfer fees. Just send them your gold through the Wealthstack app and it's free. Okay, so no transfer fees. Again, no storage fees. Okay, and what do you get in return? Now, of course, you get the trust of the company. Yes, it is in storage for you, but they went even further than that. Now, I need to stipulate very carefully for stackers because A lot of you stackers are anti-crypto, and I get the reason why. But what Wealthstack have done, they've added that extra security, okay, just for the people who understand blockchain and how it works. This isn't a crypto company, but they've added a blockchain-based token as your immutable receipt of claim, your claim to your gold, okay? You own it, it's under your name, but even more so, rather than just an email saying, okay, we've got your money and you've got unallocated gold now, they go one step further and give you a blockchain-based token, okay, as well. So that's, I think, an extra layer of security. So what's coming? You can do gold. Silver is coming, hopefully towards the end of the year. Platinum is coming, hopefully towards the end of the year. Physical gold and silver and blah, blah, blah redemptions. So physical redemptions will be coming. It's not in place just yet. And also a debit card where you can tap your phone, tap your physical card is also coming. It's all on the way. Again, Wealthstack is a brand new company. They've reached out to me to pass on the message to you because they want to get the trust of the stacking community first. And I personally think that is the best way to do it before they launch it to the masses, because if they get the stacking community first, you might then tell your normie friends, like we've been speaking about before, you might tell your normie friends, look, I get you don't want to hold gold, it's a security thing for you, you think it's weird, but look, download the Wealthstack app and just buy gold through there. That's a way to get your normie friends into precious metals without scaring them with, oh, you got to buy a safe and you got to do this, you got to bury it in your backyard. Just give them the security of the Wealthstack app. Make sense? Wealthstack.com. So much more to come. And of course, I'll quickly touch upon Perth Bullion Exchange. If for the I only buy physical and I only want physical, go to Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Australia's only and Australia's first and only dealer to offer free shipping when buying over any kind of amount. Okay, you go up to perthbullion.com.au, type in the word special in the box over here. You'll see what their special of the week is. It still happens to be for the next maybe hour or so. The 1 ounce Asahi Buffalo round, that was last week's special. It will tick over in the next hour or so. I think a couple of hours, you'll get this week's special. I don't know what it is. You'll have to go to their YouTube channel to check it out. So type in Perth Bullion Exchange on YouTube, find their channel, subscribe to it, and you'll get a video from them in about an hour or two. I'm guessing usually they put it out on a Monday morning-ish. Whatever that week's special is going to be, it'll be that. And then you buy over a certain amount, you get instant free shipping. It's so crazy and good. So Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, my preferred bullion dealer. And as you know, I have worked for multiple bullion dealers over the years, as you know, and I love all the rest of them as well, of course. Actually, I don't love all the rest of them. All the other bullion dealers in Australia, some of them are great, some of them not so great. But the ones I've worked for have been mostly fantastic. And Perth Bullion Exchange, however, they've really stepped up to the plate, and I just absolutely love what they're doing. So check out them as well. Let's do gold, silver, and platinum price analysis. I'm going to share the screen, and we'll take a look at gold. Any more comments first? No, a couple more, but we'll get to those afterwards. We're going to share the screen, people. Here is gold on the monthly time frame. Okay, why does this keep doing this to me? I don't know. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do that. Don't know why it keeps doing it to me. There we go. Gold on the monthly time frame, priced in USD, $2,665 US. As I said in the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia Forum post, we're coming towards the close of the month. Okay, what I would like to see, really preferably, is a convincing close above the mother of all trend lines. You know what I'm talking about, people. But to my 43, I think it is, 43 new subscribers over the last 2 videos, that's crazy, right? 706 subscribers right now is really good. This is the mother of all trend lines, 1980, 2011. And we're back, okay? Back to the mother of all trend lines. I feel like it's a significant area, okay? Doesn't mean we're crashing from here. Doesn't mean anything like that. We are starting to look a little peaky, as I've been saying. We are already in extremely overbought, extremely overvalued on the monthly time frame, okay? We're also coming towards the end of the month. I really would like it to close. It needs to close at least above, at or above, but preferably convincingly above, the mother of all trend lines, to say, oh, okay, October could be an even greater month. Okay, we do have room to move higher, as I've said. Let me show you my peak, my definite not peak for the bull run in total, just my little short-term peak. We've got room to move up to here, as I've been saying, anywhere from about here, so anywhere from here to 28.75 to 3,000 US dollars. We're in the peaky area now. That means for me, it would not be surprising to me at all if we had a short-term few months retrace from here. It wouldn't be surprising. It also wouldn't surprise me that anywhere between here and here, if we have that eventual retrace, which we will, because we always do. You have a big run, you have a retrace, big run, retrace, big run, retrace. That's what always happens. It's called price, goes up and down, right? But from here, this could be the low end, okay? This could be the low end. You could, in October, absolutely. You've got room to move here. You can spend a decent amount of time in the extremely overvalued area. You can spend a couple of months in there, okay? That could propel it up to that 28.75 to 3,000 psychological value first. Hey, even higher. But from here, because we're at the mother of all trend lines, it's a huge, significant level, okay? From here or around here, starting to look peaky, okay? So just bear that in mind. What I would want to see, though, as I said, let's close convincingly above. I'd love to see it close at your 2680 level. That would be good. That would say, oh, good setup for October to be a higher month as well. But on the weekly time frame, we've just opened the week because it is a Monday. So we've just opened. We're green so far, but what do we say? Watch out for the beginnings of new time frames, okay? You've always got to watch out for the fake out, okay? So we're green for the week, sorry. We've just opened green for the day. Look, on the positive side, I would say that we had this move here to the brand new all-time high just a couple of days ago, 2,685 US dollars. Amazing, right? And then we have had this little consolidation day before yesterday, so the close of business, and we remained above, and we didn't even spike down to the mother of all trend line, so we closed above it. Look, that's good news so far, okay? Do bear in mind, though, just as I say, we're already extremely overvalued, overbought in the daily time frame as well. Again, you can spend a bit of time there, but we're just in that general peakiness area, okay? Where it's not like, as I said last week or a few days ago, it's not like we're back down here. It's not like we see it in the normal range. It's certainly not like we're back here in, where's that? In October of last year. October of last year, we were in extremely undervalued for gold. Okay, that was a great time to buy back there. If you had recognized it back then, look at that huge dip on the daily time frame. We're nowhere near there, okay? We're in the top end at the moment, okay? Top end on the daily, top end on the weekly, and we're on the top end on the monthly, okay? Again, on the monthly time frame, if you had been saying, oh, look down here, geez, that's looking we're pretty undervalued, okay? That's all I'm saying. Just keep an eye out between here and here. It's coming, okay? A retrace is coming. Where it comes from, I don't know. Where it starts, I don't know. Have I just done the gold silver analysis really quickly? I guess I have. On the daily, yeah, as I said, you've got room to move on the daily. That's why I can say, that's why I said you can certainly, creep up to this kind of level, but again, just peaky-ish around here. On the 4 hour, we've already been into the normal range, okay, and that I'll just leave it at that. So that's my top end. My top end is 28.75 to 3,000. That's the highest I think it will go before we have a short-term retrace, of which we will, because we always do. But it's anywhere from there to there. I'm repeating myself, and I apologize. So that is gold. I won't talk about the lower prices for now, because we do this daily, okay? So if it ticks over and we start crunching down here in the next 24 hours, well, then we'll talk about those prices tomorrow, if it indeed happens. That is gold. Let's take a look at our good friend, our shiny friend, silver. Silver on the daily time frame, $31.73 US cents. Again, coming towards the close of the month, and we've been talking about 31 US dollars that I personally need to see it hold above and decently above, okay? Not just at 31 and close at 31. No, thank you. Around about here is just perfect. Thank you very much. That's what I would love to see. You close above there, and I will have to stick with my guns, of which I could be completely wrong, because we don't know what the price can do. The market manipulators could just slam it down, for example, but closing September or any month above 31 US dollars is my signal that we are 100% in a bull market, not 99% where I already think we are. We are, right? We're 99% sure after, I'm 99% sure after we broke out here and we spent a few months above 26 US dollars. That was a really good sign, says 99%. Many of you were calling it down here. Yeah, good for you. Great. You called it after the low in 2020. You said new bull market. Great. Many of you may have called it here in August of 2022. See, look at that. And you saw, oh, look at that market structure. It's going to continue. It's going to go up. But I needed to wait for the breakout. And I needed to wait until after 26 US dollars. And I needed to wait until we held it for a few months, because we had many times where it flirted with us. It went 26, 26, nope, 26, nope, 26, nope. Okay, now we're there. Cool, so 99%, 31, holding above 31, we'll say 100% in the bull market, which would say we are heading up to the general $37 to $40 area. I still think that's my top for 2024. Could be wrong, we could sail to the all-time high. Who the hell knows? But 31 is it. Closing below 31, however, if we get slammed down in the next couple of days and we close below 31, I just technically have to say I'm not 100% there yet. October could still be a great month, right? But just for the month of September, if we do close below, I got to say, not just yet. Cool. Get 99% there. Just not 100%. And watch out, as I said, for 38.50 is my key Fibonacci level. That's a next big line in the sand for me. It's a very key Fibonacci from old highs and old lows. And we won't talk about this really. I guess, we just needed to hold. We need to see it stay above 29 US dollars. We close below 29, and then we'll start talking about the best buy zone and all that stuff. But we're nowhere near it, people. Do I have my best buy zone? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, people. Nope, that's fine. I will leave it at that. That's silver analysis. Not a lot to say because the days just opened. On the daily time frame, look, we're not even an extremely overvalued for silver. So silver can have a good run from here. If we haven't even gone back into extremely overvalued on the daily. This is on the weekly. We're not even extremely overvalued or overbought. And on the monthly, we're just ticking up. So if this closes, that's a good tick, right? If this closes above 31, this remains this little whoop like that. That's great to see. That would be a great setup for it to continue to go into extremely overvalued or overbought right there, which could propel the price to that, this general area here or even higher. Tell me your thoughts below. That is silver. And we'll take a quick look at platinum. Was it done? Oh, man. Okay. Platinum is in the, I'm still in the cautiously excited level for platinum. However, unlike gold and unlike silver, it is not above a key level in which I would need to see it get above. Sorry, people. I'm burping all over the place. This is a live show. Platinum is at 1,004 US dollars, which is a positive. This was looking good. We went to the very top end. We just touched at the top end of the best buy zone at 900 US dollars. That was a fake out, a failure, a failed breakdown. Oftentimes from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. So this month we tipped below, we spiked below, hit the top end of the best buy zone, and blah, 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 all the way from 900 to over 1,000 US dollars. Unfortunately, just yet, we're not out of the cautiously excited area. We're not out of this trend line right there. I would need to see in the next 2 days platinum close above this trend line. So call it 1,015, as we've been saying. We close at about 1,015. That's looking really good. So if that's like that, 1,020 really, that's like that. That's a great setup for October. Okay. but I'm cautiously excited. Okay, on the weekly time frame, yeah, look at that. On the weekly, really all you need to know is, and on the daily, I've got to see it climb above that trend line. We start closing days and weeks above this trend line, then I'm getting excited for platinum, which would then, I think we're looking good, but I have to remain cautious. But we're so far so good. Looking for a move up to the final hurdle, 1,115. We close any month above there, just like silver. I would say 100% bull market, go, 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 and we'll start talking about the higher prices. That's it where we are. If we close below the 2008 trend line, that's right there, the thicker yellow line. We close below there. I'm back in depressed zone for platinum. It's done it to me so many times before, just like Lucy in the football. You know that reference if you're from the United States and you're over a certain age and you like Charlie Brown. That is it. Gold, platinum, silver, gold to silver ratio is still below. Okay, that's good. Still in that area, which is good for silver. That's all you need to know for the moment. Still trending down at the moment on the gold to silver ratio, so that's good for silver holders. We just want it to break below this trend line, and you want it to break 80.6, 80.5 on the ratio. Close weeks and close months below that area. Is what you would see. Great for silver holders. But we're just in that. Silver's looking good so far for an outperformingness over the next few months. Looking good while we're in that area. Really, really excellent for the future of silver against gold when it gets below, if it does, but when it gets below this area here. That's all you need to know. That's gold-silver ratio. Yeah, I think that's it, people. I won't do a chart request today. I've got stuff to do. You've got stuff to do. Why does it keep doing this? Don't know why it does that. All right, people. Final comments. And that's it, peeps. Then we'll get going. Let's see. Very shiny indeed. Yep. Grab and run. Pete Repeat says, thanks, Joe. At work, got to run. Have a great day, everyone. We'll get the final comments. There we go. We'll get the final comments and we'll catch you tomorrow, Pete. The Don joined us eventually. Good to see you, Don. GMS, hope you all had a great long weekend. Yes, it was a long weekend for some of us. Which I personally think is the most pointless public holiday in Australia. The grand final public holiday, that's a newer thing. It's like, oh, come on. It's like, the grand final is on Saturday. It's always on a Saturday. So it's a Saturday. Why do we need a public holiday for the day before? It's like, yeah. But hey, I hope you enjoyed it. I just worked. I was like, oh yeah, it's a public holiday today. Yeah, because I don't work in a shop like I used to. Goldstackers, Bullion Now, Ainslie, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, people, that's it. All right, my funky chickens. That's been Good Morning Stackers for Monday, the 30th of September, 2024. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the family if you're watching the show for the very first time. Again, I'll put links below to those couple of things. We talked about the iPhone to gold ratio. It's a great little powerful persuasion tool, in my humble opinion. We've done gold, silver, platinum analysis like we do every single weekday morning. Hit the big red subscribe to join us. 706 subscribers, a whole bunch overnight. What do we do now? We dance it out and we do the final synchronized slurp, because this has been Good Morning Stack. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. Good Morning Stack. It's podcast time. All right, grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. And let's do the synchronized slurp. Just the Desi. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Slurp it. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. Ooh yeah. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking. See you then.